Hello creation, hope you're well. It's Sunday morning, just had my second pot of tea. My first one being about 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I did have to grab a few Zeds after that, Not for long though. I've not written anything for this posting. I just wanted to have a little chit chat with you about people who put posts up for the sympathetic like. A year ago, a buddy of mine passed away, and I'd not been in. Well, I'd not seen him for 35 years. Not seen him for 35 years. And anyway, and it was just how life took us, and then sort of got in touch and started going to, concerts or whatever. Gigs, started doing gigs again, and he came and sort of photographed our young and playing in his gigs and what have you. So, and I remember it being quite a lonely time, a year last Christmas, and it was, he rang me on I think it was Christmas Eve, and had a right old natter with me, and it was really lovely. It was great. It was genuine. He was compassionate. He'd do anything for anybody, and he had the heart of a lion. And I'd say it how it was. And if somebody took the huff, well, no malicious intent. He's just said it how it was. And if he triggered people, but that's how it works. If we trigger folk, then it's them that's got something that needs addressing, isn't it? It really is. That's how it works. If anybody gets triggered by anybody, it's those who get triggered who have something that they have to look at within themselves. So, and that really was awesome. I can't tell you how that made me feel. That phone call on Christmas Eve, a year last Christmas. And I can't tell you, and I'm not saying this because he's passed, I'm saying this because this is the kind of guy he was, It was just awesome, really, and I miss him. And someone else who knew him, has put up a posting saying, "Oh, I can't believe it's a year since you passed and this, that and t'other." But unfortunately, I know people do things for whatever reason, but that was it was a posting for the sympathetic like. It's not getting my like for simple reason. I think it's disrespectful to him. I think it's disrespectful to his family. I think it's disrespectful to those who actually went to the funeral, because this individual didn't. And they'd have had their own reasons, I don't doubt. But I just think it's disrespectful, and it is solely for the sympathetic like. I'm pretty good at reading energies. I know human beings, and especially those who I've known all my life, and I just think it's a little bit disrespectful, Although in saying that, it's not up to me to let this individual know. That'd be up to the family, you know, of my buddy who passed. And like I say, everybody has the reasons for doing these postings, and quite obviously to me, this individual's in need of compassion, you know, the empathy from others. Is it cruel me not putting a like on there? No, because for the reasons that I've just stated. Like I say, I think it's disrespectful to me buddy. I think it's disrespectful to his family and those who actually went, you know, and those who sat there shedding tears, heartbroken. I just think it's disrespectful. In life though, there are times when when we're hurting, put out a cry for help. And this may well be not just the sympathetic like, putting a post up for the sympathetic like. It could be a cry for help. And this is where empathy and compassion comes in. This is why I'm not going to get in touch with that individual, because I know it would trigger that individual, and I know that sometimes we have to be triggered for it to get us to look at what's triggering us, you know, within ourselves. But if the creator wants this video to find that individual, then that individual will see this, or the family will get in touch with that individual, you know. I know it's a contentious one and not everybody will agree with it, but I just think it's a bit disrespectful, that's all. I really do. And I think there's too much of it. And that's why I'm sort of seriously thinking about coming off there. The only reason I'm on there is on that platform is because there's just a few friends overseas, you know, so, and family who I don't see much of. Other than that, it's not often I go on there. So, did it trigger me this morning when I saw it? Yes. Does that mean I need to look within myself? Yes. Yes, it does. It does. We all have things to work through, don't we? Even when we think we've worked through it all, there can be something else that's just lingering, whatever it may be. Yeah. So, I need to ground. I've done a lot of meditating recently. And this may be why it's been brought up, you know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm being a little bit unjust here towards the one who posted it. Do I see it as an injustice? No, I just see it as a posting for the wrong reasons. They're alright at these postings if they're done for the right reasons, and I just don't think this were done for the right reason. Anyway, I'll try and get a light-hearted one done later on, but you know, posts like this boil my piss. Wherever you are in the in the dark, be the light it up, and you will make a difference in this world. And that's it. Take care.